thumbnail. Give me a second. Takes me a moment to get my other windows open to upload my thumbnail for this live stream. In the meantime, how's everybody doing? I do everything live, so there's actually interaction while I am accomplishing my goals, and you're learning how to edit in Adobe Premiere. It's not so much a tutorial, it's me showing you how I work quickly so you can ask questions during the stream, or if you come here for the replay, you can see and you can ask questions in the comments if you like, and all that fun stuff. So let's see, we're going to go edit so I can upload my thumbnail. And let's change the thumbnail. So we're going to be going projects, Laura. You guys cannot see what I'm doing. I don't have my secondary screen up, but that's okay. So now we're good. Now we are live editing a murder mystery. It's okay, so we can close that screen. So now it's time for me to get right to it. I'm going to do my display. Oh, we got someone joining us. Maybe Diana. She's usually the first one on. We'll see if anybody leaves a comment. So that's going to be the editing window here. I'll be covering myself up. Well, you know what? Since I'm covering myself up, let me make it bigger. And that way, as I work, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Let's get to it. All right, so while I do this, my laundry is in the works. I'm going to my channel on my phone. There's live editing a murder mystery. So now I am logged in to my channel on my phone so I can see any comments that get posted. Okay, so let's do some importing. So, excuse me. Get a drink of water. Okay. So, in Adobe, you come over here, double click, and that's how you import files. I've already done all of the, what I believe is the research, because what we're doing is I've got a file right here. It's an MP4. And as you'll see in a second, I'm going to double click so it can play here.
Get over here. I'm working on it.
So it's audio only, as you see. Now, I am going to drag this down to the editing line. So this is exactly what you see, and it's not even 3 minutes long. Now, I'm going to be replacing the video. Oh, look how small it is. That's okay. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to change all those title cards except for the dead body. But where it says Rico Lanza Vision Presents, that's what I used to call my short films. That's my pen name for my books. If you look up Rico Lanzo on Amazon, you'll find all my books. So now let me go over here and let me create some titles. So I'm going to Control-Shift-S in here, and I'm going to call this Title 1. And it's really just going to be black, like you saw, that gets rid of the background. All those checkers just mean that there's nothing there. It's like a PNG, but it doesn't matter because I can just make it a JPEG. So anyway, I wanted to basically say Teddy Moreno presents. So let's get rid of live editing, because that's crooked. And I guess what I'm going to have to do is do a Control-Shift-N for a new layer. I'm going to say back. See how it shows back here? I'm going to drag back to the bottom. I'm going to choose this paint bucket, choose the color of black, enter, and then put it, and boom. Now we got a black background. I did that because if I'm going to have white letters, I couldn't see white against the plain background. So let's choose letters. Impact is fine. 120 should be okay. Color, I want to change to white. Enter, and then let's just go a Teddy Moreno production. So actually, I think I'm going to go little a. And that's not going to be a murder mystery. It's going to be called, as this shows, where is it? The Dead Body. And I like it kind of small like that. So let me get rid of me here, because I don't need to see me in this. Technically, I don't need the thing that says murder mystery. I really just want, and you know what? I think I'm going to put the A on a separate line. And see, that's another thing that you will get from these tutorials is you're not just seeing me do things, you're seeing me create creatively as I go. I'm going to make production a small letter too. Do I like that? Not really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a capital A, but I'm also going to make it smaller, 100. And then same here, I'm going to make this capital P, but I'm going to make production 100. And so, did I do it? That's 100. So I'm going to make that 50. Ooh, I like that. See how small it is? That's too small. Let's do 75. There we go. And then make that 75. 75, enter, enter. I like that, but I want more separation. Hey, what's up, Alexandria? How are you? Good to see you, sweetie. I just saw you pop in. I am, as you see, making some creative decisions on a title card. How you been, girl? How's school? You still getting in trouble? Yeah, 30. I like 30 between them. Let's see, 30. I heard you and Toxic have broken up. I'm sorry to hear about that, but if you're good, I'm happy for you. Glad to hear you're good, or glad to read that you're good. How does that look to you? You like that? I kind of like that. Because that's going to be going over here. It's going to be replacing this. It says a Rico Lonzo Vision. And then I'm going to keep the dead body. I like that because it makes the name stand out. So I'm going to save this. And save it as JPEG. Let's see, JPEG. Enter, enter. Now I'm going to bounce it over here. Double click in this area. That's for import. And then I go find my thingy right here. Title 1. Yep, me and Toxic broke up. I can't tell what your icon is at. I guess I go whatever. I'm guessing you're not upset about it. And it's okay, there's plenty of fish in the sea, and believe me, you'll be able to find anybody you like to go out with, so you have plenty of choices. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to see where this Rico Alonso vision ends. See, it does a little bit of fade, so what I'm going to do is then I'm going to bring this here. Let's see. Where did Rico Alonso vision start? Okay, right about there. So we're going to... I figured you weren't. It's so funny because, if you don't mind me talking about this briefly, I could tell he was really bothered by it. And my experience is that, and you probably know this by now, that women mature a lot faster than men. And so in my mind, I'm like, you know what, Alexandria is going to be probably not as affected by this as he, and is going to move on easier, all that good stuff. And right there, you're saying, nah, I'm not. So I figured you were just cool with it, and you're just moving on with life and all that good stuff. So it's all good, girl. Now I am going to put a dissolve, cross dissolve here, and that's going to make that title. Oops, let's do this here. So let's see if we zoom in. Oh, I don't want it to. How do I avoid that? Let's see. I gotta zoom in because it's showing the. Oh, I have to cut out the other tile. That's what it is. I'm so goofy. Okay, we right click and see where it says unlink. We do that, and that makes this unlink. And so now I can move the timeline, and then I'll cut out. Did go to the razor blade. I'll cut out here. Then the selection tool. Well, actually, it's already highlighted. So now I can cut out that part of the video, and that way I don't have to worry about the dissolve having both. It's only a 10-minute production. And then I'm going to do another dissolve here. And so as that... Come on. So anything exciting going on in life? You said how's school? Okay, so I want to... That's a dead body. Let me see. There. So I'm going to bring this all the way to here, because that's where... And then I'm going to have to bring this about there. And that's going to be able to do a... so it fades in on a 10-minute production. And then it's going to fade out to the dead body. And then that's going to fade out on its own.
Got it over here.
All right, so now we're into the audio part of the voiceover for this murder mystery. And my female actress says, drag it over here. So now I go to import a body being dragged. So we click on the image. Let's see.
Drag it over.
So I'm going to bring it in about here. This reads GIF, but that's not a GIF. Now, I'm going to have to increase that. So to select that, and you go to Effects, and you go to Motion, here's your scale, and you scale what you're doing. It makes it a little blurry because that's making a small picture bigger. But let's go ahead and put that as a dissolve. Now, beyond the dissolve, I don't want the picture to just sit there. And so I'm going to do this. Position and scale. And notice how it does these dots. That's the start of motion. And so now what I'm going to do is, let me see how long I want the shot to last.
Drag it over here.
I'm working on it.
I think I'm going to want to extend the shot. Let's see. I think it starts too early.
Drag it over.
Okay, I want it to start just before she says it. She says it right there. So I'm going to start the shot a a little early, but I want it to last a little longer.
Over here.
I'm working on it. So
Okay, so that's where it's gonna. Why aren't you? Oh, because it's a GIF. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, since I just realized it is a GIF, it's a motion GIF. I want it to last to about.
So now.
Right, kind of where it gets put into place. See, there's that gap I got to fill. So how do I fill it? I click on this, right-click, go to speed duration, and it's at 100%. I want to slow it down a little bit, so I'm going to put it to 90%, and see how it expands that, but I want a little bit more. So let me go to 80%. 80. And I'm going to go to 85 because I went a little bit too far. See, speed duration, 85. Perfect. So now, let's see here. Now, if we watch it and listen.
Drag it over here.
I'm working on it. So now.
Perfect. Now what I want to do is I'm going to add a cross dissolve to this side, which makes it dissolve in.
Drag it over here.
I'm working on it. So now what, smart girl?
All right, so I hit Control S to save. And that part's done. And so now I say, so now what, smart girl? Which means I'd like to have the photograph of just the body in the hallway, which is, if you double click on it here, it'll show it here. And so now I'm going to bring this down. One thing I didn't do is Photoshop it. It's got this time code on it. I should probably Photoshop that out. So we're going to come over here. Now, as you can see, editing can be a very tedious process. Let's see, where the heck is the shot? Am I not seeing it? Now that would mean it's in a file format that, it's, okay. I didn't notice it was in a different file format. That's weird. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down to the line, bring the edit line over to it, and then I'm just going to expand it beyond the frame so I can cut out that bottom part that said something. So now, since that's a motion frame, I don't have to worry about changing the position or scale. It moves on its own.
So now what?
But
What, smart girl?
You're asking me?
You're giving the directions.
You're the one who killed him.
here, that killed him. That's where I want to have the body on the floor. I found, where the hell did I put it? There was a body on the floor with blood. Huh. This is, where is it? There was a picture. Oh, that was a screenshot. That's this guy. I have to Photoshop that one. Okay, that's here. That's this one. Yeah, it was this one I couldn't get because it was on Photoshop or Shutterstock. And so we're going to highlight just this. And it's going to make it small, but we're going to make it its own picture. So I do copy, new, enter. That makes it the exact same size that the picture is. There you get the new picture. So I'm going to Control-Shift-S to save it as. I'm going to say body blood and choose JPEG. it's ready in the right folder, the Laura folder. And now when I bounce back to here, body blood. And so there's that. We drag that down to the timeline. And as you see, like I said, it was small, but that's okay because I can make it bigger, and it doesn't even come out that blurry. Damn, I'm good. Woohoo! So, now one thing I would definitely want to do is I'm going to try to keep these streams. We're at 20 minutes. I'm going to go to 25 and then start a new stream because, you know, your opinion, Alexandra, or you were even the one telling me to keep the streams like 20 to 30 minutes because otherwise people won't watch. And I think it's been working because I've been breaking up my work streams and I've been getting crazy views now. I don't know if you go look at the previous videos. There's like 200 views, 300 views. Got an influx of views and subscribers. So I think even doing live streams, doing short form live streams are working better. And so I thank you for that advice because I was considering doing the same thing. And now, see, I can take a break from this and then do another slate and say, you know, editing the murder mystery part 2, and then just make it a several part tutorial. So actually, I think I am going to leave it here at 21 minutes. And then I'm going to, let's see, remove that and say, thank you all for watching. Come back for part 2 to see the remainder of the editing. And Alexandria, great seeing you here, girl. Mwah. Have a great night. If you want to come back for part 2, please do. And you can keep watching me do my magic. Talk to you soon. And if not, have a great night, and I will talk to you.